Today I'll speak about transitional marriage arrangement. So this is basically many British citizens get married, and somehow in some stage of their life they understand or they consider that they will not able to live with their spouse, and what they do, they take their spouse in abroad, such as in Pakistan, and what they do basically they left their wife and take their BRP card or visa or passport, and they abandon them in their home country or abroad and come back to the UK, so that spouse or partner will not able to return to the UK without that passport, and you stuck there. Now, this is very important case where today I'll give you the case in a minute. In the screen I'll show you. Now, those victims who basically was abandoned in abroad, then they can apply to come to the UK as a victim of domestic violence, and they can apply for ILR. So I'll go through the details in a minute, but what first starting point I want you to understand. So those spouses or partner who was abandoned outside the UK or will be in future will be abandoned. So what they do, you get married, you come to the UK as a spouse, and then you have a family issue with your partner, and your partner understand that if he keep you in the UK, he will not be able to control you, or you can apply as a victim of domestic violence within the UK. So what he technically do, he will take you to holiday in back home, and after you go to holiday, he basically separated from you or take the passport, or will tell you something like that I'm going for urgency, I'll come back and take you back to the UK again, and once he's here, he say goodbye. So you are in a position, basically you don't have visa to come back to the UK, or you don't have ILR, you don't have BRP card, or you don't have your passport. So what you can do, basically in the meantime, maybe your visa has been expired as well, so you are abandoned victim. Now the case in AM versus Secretary of State Home Department. In this case, AM versus Secretary of State for Home Department, 2022 EWHT 2591 admin case. So in this case, the court said, well, those partner who was abandoned outside the UK, they can apply as a victim of ILR as a victim of domestic violence. Very good and very precise decision. I have many people have contacted before. Unfortunately, that was not clearly covered, or there are no clear guidelines. It used to be only those who become a victim of domestic violence inside the UK, they can apply for ILR as a victim of domestic violence. But now those who become victim of domestic violence outside the UK, they can also apply for transitional visa arrangement under appendix domestic violence. So that's what is the very important. Now I'll give you some brief information as well about this. What is transitional marriage arrangement? What I already explained, the transitional marriage arrangement is where someone abandoned you outside the UK. So what they do, basically, they can take victim passport, biometric resident permit, or other immigration documents away from them, so that they cannot travel back to the UK. They can contact with the Home Office to let them know that the relationship is broke down, and in effort to have the Home Office cancelling the victim visa and leaving the UK when victim visa has expired, so that they don't have a visa to return with back to the UK, delaying the victim return to the UK until their visa has expired or lapsed, leaving the victim in destitution and without the financial means to organize a return to the UK, be it finding assistance or paying for their journey back to the UK. So these are the situations where a victim can apply to come back to the UK under appendix victim of domestic abuse, domestic abuse under immigration rules. So what you need to satisfy is, as usual, your application must not be under the general refusal ground under Part 9, and you must establish that you are a victim of domestic violence, as stated, the behavior, the pattern of abandonment. So you've been taken away from the UK, and what the situation I have stated just before, you need to satisfy the Home Secretary that this was the situation in your case. Now, this is what all about today. So if you are in this situation, if you've been taken away from the UK and left somewhere, and your partner, take your passport or curtail your visa or abandon you to block you, to stop you to return back to the UK, now you can apply under the appendix victim of domestic violence, where you can apply for ILR to come to the UK. So this is a very big and good. Many people I know personally was a victim. Unfortunately, lack of clear guidelines, we couldn't help. But now, if you're in that situation, you can apply for visa. So my name is Suhail Ahmed. I'm the principal solicitor of SW Solicitor. We have office in London and Milton Keynes. We also provide advice and consultation remotely via Zoom meeting or WhatsApp or telephone consultation. If you need any assistance with this regard, please feel free to contact with our office at the phone number appeared at the bottom of the screen. So thank you very much all of you today who watched this video.